Yo, what up? It's your boy Digital Trap. I'm back at it again with another video for y'all, okay? I appreciate y'all. First off, we almost at 400 subscribers, right? I can't tell y'all how happy I am and how much I enjoy y'all for coming back or coming to this channel to review these videos. This is dope. Like, I'm just giving out so much game for people to really just take it and run with it. Like, this is not for me to make money. It's just people who can really take this game and run with it. So, here's the thing. Now, this video is about how to actually go out and buy a car, right? So a lot of times when we grew up and all this stuff, we go to the dealership, we let them run our credit, we let them just destroy us in a whole process of actually buying a car, which was the wrong way. But that's not, I ain't gonna say it's the wrong way, I'm gonna say it's the way that we just didn't know, okay? We didn't understand that there's better ways to go about getting a car loan for your car without damaging your credit so drastically. Like, man, when I found this out, I was like, everything in life is a lie. But no, for real. But in all actuality, it was about like really understanding the process of this and building relationships and getting money and getting funding from the bank, right? So this is one thing I understood. When you go to the dealership, a lot of times they have their own finance companies, their own financial companies that actually help them to give you the approval for the car or anything in particular. So when you're taking out a loan. So one thing I understood was to go to, instead of dealing with the actual dealerships themselves, I'm gonna go to who they asking for. If they asking for the bank, I'm gonna go straight to the bank, right? It only makes sense because now you don't have to worry about going to 100 different banks or 10 or 12. A lot of times car dealers have like 10 or 12 banks that they know they can pull through. First, they pull through their own bank. Like it'd be like, say if you went to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, they're gonna pull through theirs first. Like they're gonna pull through their actual company for the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram company. It's gonna be a hard inquiry, a hard pull on your credit. And they look at your credit and they like, man, this woman ain't qualified to really actually get approved for with our standards, to get approved with our standards. So you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna go to all the second chance dealers they can possibly find. At the end of the day, you're going to get the car. Like if you got everything lined up, you got your page stubs and all that stuff, you're going to get the car. But you're gonna go through so much pain, and now you can't fluctuate numbers. It's just certain things you can't do now. So now you can't negotiate prices, you can't negotiate deals or nothing like that because now you're in their playing field, right? So here's what you're gonna do. I'm gonna tell you just like this. The first thing you're gonna do is make sure you check your own credit. If you pull in your own credit reports every month and you know you got good credit standings and you got a good score of like 620 and above, you got a decent score. Even without having a 620, you can have like I believe like a 580 or something like that. But even though, like when you go pull your card, your scores, you want to make sure you got good scores. You want to make sure your scores is decent. Now, what I recommend, most people say that they don't like banks, and I agree. And I go to credit unions, right? So I take a credit union like Navy Federal, or you could probably take a good local credit union, not just any credit union. Take a good local credit union that's there to help you, for you. And it's like really, like credit unions like 40 people. So you go to them. You'll call up the dealership. So let's break these steps down to you, okay? You'll go online or you'll go to the dealership, right? Then you'll figure out a car you like. You'll call the dealer. You'll figure if they can put a hold on the vehicle for you, like, or if they can't put a hold, schedule a test drive. Because it's only really gonna take a day for the banks to decide. It's not even gonna take a day, it's gonna be really instant for the banks to decide if they're gonna give you the loan for what you're asking for or not. So step one, you find a car. When you find a car that you like, you call that dealership and you ask that dealership, hey, I like this car, is it possible you can put it on hold for me? They're gonna say more than likely, yeah, come in and schedule a test drive. You know, cars is right now in the market, cars is like, they're flying off because of the chip shortage or whatever. So after you call that after you call that dealership, you're gonna call the credit union that you're with, or if you wanna go through a bank or something like that. But I like credit unions because you get a great outstanding APR. Like the APRs for credit unions is absolutely ridiculous for the amount of, for the APR that you'll get. Now you call that credit union. I'm gonna use Navy Federal as the primary credit union. Anytime I talk about a credit union in these videos from now on, I'm gonna use Navy Federal because I love Navy Federal and I do a lot of stuff through them. And they have great rates and everything for houses, cars, and all that. So now that you call Navy Federal, right? You called your credit union, Navy Federal. You're gonna ask them for the loan amount of what the car is for. Make sure that you include your tax and title. Do not forget to include your tax and title. Now I'm gonna tell you now, because the moment you forget to include your tax and title, Now you're gonna have to come out of pocket to get this car. So the goal is when you get this car, you're not gonna come out of pocket at all. That's the goal. You're not gonna come out of pocket at all. So now that you found the car, you call the bank, you tell the bank your financial standings and stuff like that. You ask them for the loan amount, you know, and make sure you include your tax title and all that stuff too, inside the loan too as well. And then they're gonna send you, once you get approved for the loan, they're gonna send you a check. Now the check is gonna come blank, but it'll have your name and all that stuff on there. And it'll only be for like, for the dealership or whoever's gonna sell you the car, it'll be, you know, to them. Even if you got a friend or someone that's selling you the car, you gotta make sure you write the check out to them, and you gotta send the check back to the actual bank too. I mean, the title to the bank too, so they can receive it, or it's gonna go to a personal loan, and you don't want those APRs with that personal loan. So now that you got the check, you go to the dealership, you go in, they're gonna ask you all these questions, you already figured out your car, you already got your pricing. Now, here's the thing. Once you go in there, you figure it out, you give them the check and tell them who the check is from. They're gonna start doing the paperwork for the check. You're gonna come out of no money to get this car. You know, a lot of times when we go to the dealership, I'm gonna put this in there too. Make sure, I'm gonna tell you this, make sure you get that title. And if the title is taking forever to come, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna call Navy Federal and you're gonna let them know that you haven't received the title yet and you wasn't ready to register the car. Because if you don't, and they don't receive a title, it's gonna turn into a personal loan for whatever amount you ask for. And you don't want that APR on that personal loan. Because it's gonna be ridiculous. You don't want that. So once you get that actual title, make sure you get the title and you send it in and make sure that they get it, get notice of that too, that you have the title and you're able to register the car. So this is the stuff that I'm saying, like stuff like this is the stuff that we miss out on, that we don't know. And the fact that we're trying to build our credit, keep our credit strong, we don't want to give nobody else power to tarnish our credit, right? Because if they tear our credit up and they destroy our credit, and you trying to go to 2, 3, 4 different dealerships and everybody pulling, imagine all them hard inquiries. There's like 5 points for like each inquiry. If they pull in 10 inquiries from their banks, from the banks that they want to get approved for, man, that's 50 points. Welcome to one dealership, another 50, another dealership. That's 100 points already. You dropping your scores. Let's keep it simple. Let's get our scores to a nice number. That way we can call our credit unions and call these banks and get loans with them. Because that's the same thing that these dealerships is doing. So why don't we just do the same thing versus just sitting up there like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna go to the dealership. I'm gonna let the dealer man tear my credit up. Please don't let that dealership tear your credit up and you're in the process of building your credit. When you want your credit score will drop, but it's not gonna drop as drastically. You know, you just took out a big loan, so now you just took on a new line of credit, so your credit score is gonna drop, and it's gonna slowly but surely raise back up because now you're making your payments and stuff like that. And now you're dealing directly with the dealership, and now you have the check. You got negotiating power. You got power to go in there and be like, look, how much you want for that? Oh, okay. They want 26. All right, I can give you 25. You know what I'm saying? And then you ain't got to even spend the whole amount that the check comes to. You can get that check back, get that money back, get the rest of that money back. You don't want to take on too much, right? You're in the process of buying a new car. This is how you go buy a car if you have decent credit. Or if you just, you really starting to build your credit out, just go see what you get pre-qualified for. When you call a credit union, get pre-qualified. So let's run through the steps one more time. Let's break it down. First step, find a car that you like. See the car, okay, cool, this is the car that I like. Call the bank. Second step, call the bank. Number 2, call the bank. Pre-qualify yourself before you just say, hey, I need this loan and pull it. See what they give you. They might counter offer you or they might give you something less. Now you can really know the ballpark of where you can spend and buy the car. Step 3, once you receive the check in the mail within the next day from Navy Federal or whatever credit union it be, make sure that you go down to the dealership and then you go let them do the whole signing thing. Then you get your car. Step 4, do not forget to go back and give the title to the credit union or the company that you got the money from, because then you're gonna turn it into a personal loan. Step 5, you get all of that, pull off the lot, go have fun, enjoy your new car, But it's your boy Digital Trapping. I just wanted to tell y'all, I really appreciate everybody for liking, subscribing, and coming to this channel, man. This channel is gonna be one of the biggest channels that you can imagine. And if you subscribe now, you're gonna catch everything before we grow bigger than what we are now. Like when I tell you I've been only doing this since September and we're already at 400 subscribers, that's because the knowledge in the game that I'm giving out to y'all is stuff that people want you to pay for. I'm not tripping on it. I want you to grow, I want you to excel, I want you to come back and be like, yo, you know, I've been getting a lot of credit consults from people just from the YouTube channel alone. So I know it's working, I know it's helping y'all, and I just want to say thank y'all for coming out here and actually watching this video, for actually paying attention, for putting in the necessary steps, requesting those letters, getting me to put out more content, man. I appreciate y'all more than you can understand, man. Go get that car, have fun, enjoy, drive safe. Don't drink and drive. Make sure you buckle up. It's your boy Digital Trapping. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.